May 27th, obviously, Sam had a disappointing defeat to Chris Attaway. How would you sum up the fight for anybody who didn't see it?
For the first 3 rounds, I felt that he was ahead and he was pushing on. It's pretty much going to plan. But Chris was a really tough and persistent guy. No matter how hard he was hit, I felt that his attitude towards the fight didn't change. You know, he was still tenacious, he was still willing to take chances and stuff. And in the end, you know, he won the fight. You know, fair and square. Not going to make any excuses. I don't think that was the best of Sam. We've been together a lot of years now. I don't think that was the best of him, but I think there was some still real good glimpses of what he can do within the fight. But you know, disappointing loss. You know.
Yeah, and is there anything that you put the fight going that way down to, like, and then you would have changed?
Yeah, there's a few things that we've looked into and we've changed around the whole rehydration process and things like that, and around the weight and stuff like that. But as I say, that's stuff that we spoke about between ourselves. But certainly not any excuse, because you know we had to turn up and perform on the day. You know, we've done a lot of tickets, a lot of people travelled up there to support us, so I don't want to disrespect them and make excuses. We're meant to be professional, so we've got to take the losses as well as the wins, you know, and just learn from it.
And Sam, how did you feel in the fight? Quite comfortable in the first 3 rounds?
Yeah, I did feel quite comfortable. The stoppage just come out of the blue. I did not see anything like that happening. It was really strange. When we watched it back and we've seen how it happened, and we're preparing for it this time properly.
And then obviously you're looking for the rematch on July 1st.
Yeah, we're going again straight in, which I think the fact that we're having a rematch and it's got to be in our hometown, like nice one for Bendel for getting us on and making it happen. You know, I think that shows the sort of characters we are. We're not looking to shy away from a loss. We're looking to go straight back in, because I think when you lose to a fighter, it leaves a lot of question marks. But I always think when you see a fighter lose to someone and go straight back in, especially in boxing and MMA, you get it a lot. But in boxing, there's a lot of politics and stuff like that. People tend to move away from it, but we're going straight back in because we think that we can do it right, and we think we owe it to our supporters, the people that have backed us for years, to go out there and give them the performance. It does credit to Sam and what we've been working on for the last couple of years.
And how important is it that the fight's got to be in Bournemouth this time around? And
we would have took it anywhere.
Yeah.
We would have took it in his hometown, but we can sell tickets. So we're going to be in the white corner, and it's an extra luxury that it's in Bournemouth, but we would have took it anyway. But as I say, like, thanks to Steve for getting us down on his show. Like, it couldn't have worked out better. When something bad happens, you've always got to try and look for positives in it, and then when it's all over, you think, oh well, maybe it's meant to happen this way. So the rematch against the guy that stopped us last time in our hometown, I think would be a real good opportunity and a real good incentive, you know.
Yeah, and then what's changed in training? Have you seen improvement since coming back into the gym?
Really, the thing is there was a lot that was going right, and there was a lot that was going right in training. So in the build-up to that fight, Sam was showing some great form. You know, there was a bit less sparring than we wanted, because Sam was coming off a broken hand, so the sparring wasn't as consistent as we normally would have done, and especially for the step up, as Chris Attaway was a step up. But as I say, this time there's a lot of people that are coming down to help us out with sparring. We're going to do a few little things we didn't do before, not because we felt we missed them out, just because we thought that maybe we could get away with it and clear that hurdle without it, but this time we're going to make absolutely sure.
Yeah. And Sam, how confident of you turning things around and getting the win on July 1st?
Yeah, pretty confident. We've got good sparring partners coming down. That was probably the biggest difference in this training camp, isn't it? With the sparring partners.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think that's going to make a massive difference in my performance and my sharpness. I think we'll get the win this time.
And then obviously you don't want to look past any opponents, but looking on after that, is there any targets you have for the rest of 2017?
I just want to definitely get out a few more times. It'd be good to get Sam's pro career up round the double figures mark, really. But really, when you're a professional, this would be his 5th professional fight. You're only really looking at another 4 or 5 before you start letting them off the leash. You know, we don't want to be throwing our supporters around the country and on endless little learning fights. Like, sooner or later, so can you fight or not? You know, like, let them off the leash. You know, so you know, I'm looking to hopefully get the win over here. We can't look past that with Chris Attaway, and then push on, keep consistent with the fight, and then sort of go from there. No massive plans. There's always names I'm looking at and people I'm targeting, but in boxing anything can change in a day, so we're adaptable to what we need to do, you know.
Yeah, and then obviously recently we've seen Sam's partnership up with a couple of different companies. Obviously it's quite unique, him being a vegan. Sam, how does that affect you being a boxer? What benefits is there? Or
I think my food's a lot cleaner. The food that I eat is always quite clean. Trying to stay organic. It's easy to find organic vegetables and stuff like that than it is to find meat, and I find I recover a bit quicker. My digestion's faster, and I can usually make the weight a bit easier and stuff like that, so it always helps.
And obviously we know you guys are quite close as a trainer and boxer. At the weekend we saw Ryan Burnett and Adam Booth, who you can make a comparison quite close.
Yeah.
How much Adam Booth spoke about how much it meant to him to see Burnett win a world title. How much would it mean to you, Ty, to see Sam progress and really progress in his career?
Oh yeah. Ultimately, when I got into this, it wasn't to make money. It was to help him in what he wanted to do as well, and I enjoyed boxing as well. But yeah, I want him to get the credit he deserves in terms of how good a fighter he is. And it's not about one fight or two fights. It's about looking back over the whole career and someone being able to say he was a good fighter. He's a real dedicated kid anyway, and a nice kid to be around on a day-to-day basis. So yeah, obviously it'd be bigger than anything I've ever done or achieved in my work and or sport in life. And you know, I'm willing to dedicate 100% of my time to making sure that happens. So.
And then a lot of people comment about who go to Sam's fights about Sam's power that he carries. What would you necessarily put that down to? Do you think it's just natural ability, technique, timing?
No. He's always been able to hit quite hard, but when we're in different stages of our training and we've got a good foundation, a good couple of months training together, then I can really feel the difference. I'll wear the body pad and stuff, so I'm always aware of how hard he's hitting, and you hold the pad, you get a feel for someone's strength and stability. So yeah, it's something that he's going to develop on as well. He's still very young as well. But yeah, he's always been quite skillful puncher, but it's not just about being a hard hit, it's about being an accurate and consistent puncher as well. So and I know he can hit someone in the same place again and again because he's accurate and skillful enough to do it. So it's an attribute of many qualities that make up his power.
Yeah. And then as a trainer yourself, is there anyone you kind of look up to or take things off as a trainer? So
I think that you've got to be humble enough to take enough from anyone. I can learn anything from in the gym, from anyone really. But most of the ways I look at people is how people think, rather than how it's necessarily implicated. So how some trainers go across, or how it's not just about following what every other trainer's done, or the ABA coaches with standard ways, because we see what's happening to some of their archers in the professional. It's about being able to have an open mind to things, but also have your key values and fundamentals in place as well, so you're not just flitting and changing what's important to you as a trainer. So yeah, I'll take from a lot of trainers, but I quite want to find my own path as well. So I don't get to look up to too many people, because one day I want to be stood in the room with them or across the ring from them and be even better with their guy getting beat, as happened with JJ. You know, Jim McDonagh was a trainer that I'd always look up to, but it was his guy that was spread out and it was my guy that was winning. So yeah.
Just on that fight, there's talk of a rematch. Is that something that you'd really look forward to?
Oh, it'd be great to get JJ in there again. I think we could do the trick again. I think that JJ would go in there even more motivated, and he's got such heavy hands, and eventually I think he's going to find Jay, he's going to get him tentative, he's going to get him jumpy, and he's going to open him up again. It might not be as quick, but I'm extremely confident that he can beat him, definitely.
And then looking on to a couple of other fights, if you were to make a prediction, Sam and Ty, about maybe Andre Ward, Kovalev that's coming up next week?
I think that it's going to be myself. I think it's going to be Andre Ward again. I think that he's a thinking man's fighter. I think that Kovalev's looked at a lot of things outside of himself that he could have improved on in the first fight, but he seems to be bitching about everything else. And I'm a great believer, when you lose a fight, whether it's about things you've done wrong, don't worry about where the fight was or whatever, do things you can control. And I just think Ward's got a much more of an analytical thinker when it comes to boxing and his approach. So that's what I'm going with Ward.
And Sam, what do you think?
Yeah, it's the same here. I think Ward beats him a lot clearer than last time. I think he learns faster and he'll come back a lot better.
And then Chris Eubank Jr. against Arthur Abraham on July 15th.
Yeah, I think it's a good step up for Chris Eubank Jr. One thing that Arthur Abraham is he's a real tough guy. He's real persistent. He likes to get on that front foot and press. It'd be really interesting to see once rounds 6 and 7 have gone past whether Arthur Abraham's been able to slow him down enough, because we all know with Chris Eubank he's got amazing cardio, and down the stretch he's probably one of the hardest working boxers I've probably ever seen. Like, he ups the pace to every proportion. So he'd be doing that again unless Arthur Abraham can lay something on him to slow him down. So it's going to be interesting, but I'll go with Eubank.
What do you think, Sam?
Yeah, basically what Ty said. I think it's going to be quite a high-paced fight. Obviously, Eubank sets a good pace, and we'll see if Arthur Abraham can deal with that, especially in the later rounds.
And then Canelo Triple G in September. Firstly, are they the two best fighters at the moment, or?
Yeah, I really like Canelo. Canelo's one of my favourite fighters. So it's hard to pick against him, but when you see them stood together, one of the things with boxing and weight divisions and a lot of people jumping around, it gives people a misconception about what actual weight divisions are.
Yeah, it's a strange one, isn't it, with Canelo, yeah.
They're there for a reason. And when you've got someone, the only attribute they can have over someone is size, but if you know how to use your size, the right weight will always be enough, that one attribute. So I do really like Canelo, so part of me's leaning towards Canelo, but that could be because Canelo's been one of my favourite fighters, so it's hard for me to stay impartial.
Yeah. And Sam, what do you think?
I'd pick Canelo. Yeah, I would. Yeah.
It's a ginger thing, I think.
Let's stay together.
And then just going back then to July 1st to leave it with this, how exciting is it for you? First time back in Bournemouth now in a while.
Yeah, he is.
How exciting is it to be back in Bournemouth? Forget about the rematch, just about fighting in Bournemouth.
It's
first pro fight.
Yeah, it's exciting to be back in Bournemouth and be able to fight in front of all our family and friends. A lot of people that have not managed to go to any of the other fights, but more important than it's important that we go in there and we do a job. It doesn't matter where it is. We let ourselves down last time. We need to make sure we get it right this time. So more than anything, we're going to turn up and be prepared. We've got the performance. We realise what's at stake here, and we're going to go out there. We're going to act and we're going to perform.
And then, is there anything else you want to add? I know Sam's had a kind of a partnership with a couple of new sponsors, or is there any?
Yeah, we've had some great guys come on board. We've had a local plumbing company come on board, a good friend of ours, Matt, as well, MCM Plumbing as well, been really supportive. We've had Mark and Gareth that have come on board as well, Frontline Peers, they've come on and they've supported us, they've been really good. Obviously RDO Water have always been a great support of us as well, Brooklyn Solicitors as well. Anyone else I'm missing out in the leading company as well? What? Also Joe Browne as well, Top Line Accountancy, he's been absolutely phenomenal on the journey as well. We've been so fortunate.
5 to 8 clothing.
Yeah, and Brooklyn Solicitors as well. These are all the people that have come together to support us, and the good thing with these guys is it's grown really organically as well. Like, they're people that have come in the gym, worked with us, trained with us and got to know us through different walks of our life, and they believe in what we do and they believe in what sort of people we are and stuff. So we want to do them proud as well, because we realise that when you get sponsors it's so hard without them and stuff, and they don't have to give us their time or they don't have to give us their money, so we really are generally appreciative for that. Also the last fight as well, it's worth mentioning that so many people travelled up to London to come and watch this fight. There's a bit of confusion about what time we was on, so I had to let people know real late on what time we'd be on, so a lot of them had to rush across London all the way up from Bournemouth and all over to come and watch this fight, and we so appreciate their support and coming there as well. Like, we realise people taking money out of their pockets and sometimes a day off work, and that's not easy just to see us do what we do and perform what we do. Like, we'll never be too big-headed or whatever not to appreciate people's time and effort. So yeah, thanks. Last time was absolutely phenomenal. This time's going to be even better, and we just want to do the people proud and themselves as proud, you know?
Perfect.